Hello YouTube fam. Today's video we're going to talk about hair color, the do's and don'ts of hair color, what you need to consider before you color your hair, and all that type of good stuff. So to get started, I'm just going to talk about my own personal experience. If you haven't already watched my 2 years natural hair journey video, you can obviously see that hair color was one of the main problems that damaged my hair. But with proper maintenance and proper research, I've finally learned how to take care of my hair with it being colored, because my hair is always colored no matter what. My hair has never been my natural hair color since I've been natural, so I've learned to take care of it. But just a few things you need to consider before you color your hair is, first, to know that coloring your hair will change your curl pattern. It depends on the porosity of your hair. Porosity basically means how much your hair can take in moisture, or how much your hair cannot take in moisture, how much your hair can take in water, or any type of chemicals. So if you have high porosity in your hair, that basically means that your hair can take in moisture. It easily takes in chemicals, it easily takes in water. But if you have low porosity in your hair, that means that your hair is most likely dry most of the time. So if you have low porosity in your hair, you need to really consider if you want to color your hair, because hair color drives your hair out to the max. I have that ongoing issue with keeping moisture, maintaining moisture in my hair because of the hair color. So you really have to consider that. And that depends on, like I said, the porosity of your hair. Hair color also affects the elasticity of your hair. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it does affect that, and that basically means that when you pull your hair, will it spring back up into your curls. Now, the hair color will affect some people with natural hair, and it will affect the elasticity of your hair. So you have to really consider that as well. You have to really know your hair. If you know if your hair is strong enough to take on certain chemicals such as hair color, then if you can, then you have to take care of it. You're going to have to amp up on your deep conditioning. You're going to have to deep condition your hair pretty much every time you wash your hair if your hair is colored. Especially if your hair is a lighter color like a blonde or like a honey color. That specific hair color is the most drying hair color. I've had blonde hair, and it is the most drying hair color you can ever color your hair. So if you do decide that you want to color your hair blonde, you must, I repeat, you must do deep conditioning, deep condition your hair pretty much every time you wash your hair. I have a little list of what I'm going to talk about. And another thing, if you do decide to color your hair, you have to also amp up on protein treatments, because when you color your hair, it destroys the protein in your hair. So that means that when you color it, you're going to have to replace that protein that you lost in your coloring process. They have different protein treatments that you can purchase. I know one of the popular protein treatments is the Afro-G protein treatments that they have. Buy in local beauty supply stores. You can also do homemade protein treatments. They have, I did a protein treatment one time. Personally, I didn't like it because it made my hair feel really hard. But I used honey, I used raw honey, olive oil, coconut oil, and these are all organic, 1 egg, and you can use any conditioner of your choice. But I think when I did it, I didn't put the conditioner in, so that's probably why my hair was so dry. But you have to put a conditioner in it so it can have that moisture and protein balance. So there are different types of protein treatments that you can do for your hair, but you have to make sure that you put back that protein back in your hair once you color your hair. Another thing that a lot of natural hair women want to consider is bleaching their hair. Now, bleaching your hair is okay, but it depends on, first, what color is your hair right now. If your hair is jet black, the bleaching is not gonna work in one sitting. You're gonna have to bleach your hair multiple times in order for it to get to the desired color that you want. So you have to be careful with that, because you don't want to continuously bleach your hair to the point where your hair gets so dry and then it starts to break off, and then you're just left in la la land and you're depressed because you're gonna have to big chop all over again. So you have to consider that. Oh my gosh, guys, I just seen off topic. I'm looking at this groundhog laying in the street. Oh my god, I think he's about to get hit. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm sorry. Back to what I was talking about. That really just threw me off a little bit. But anyway, when you bleach your hair, you have to really consider the hair color, your hair color that you currently have. You have to make sure that if you're getting your hair bleached for the first time, please go to a licensed cosmetologist. Do not go home and decide to bleach your hair yourself, because you're going to end up with your hair in the sink when you wash it. So please get professional assistance when you're bleaching your hair. And I was about to say something else about bleaching. Oh, when you do bleach your hair, usually when you color your hair with the box colors, you usually leave it in for like 30 minutes. But when you bleach your hair, you're supposed to leave it in from 10 to 20 minutes. And you really have to watch that, because as soon as you put bleach in your hair, it starts changing the color immediately. So you have to monitor it when you bleach your hair. I'm going to talk about the different brands of hair color you can use. I personally use the Dark and Lovely. These are the colors that I have in my hair right now. I mixed two colors together. This is by Dark and Lovely. This is Vivacious Red, and this is Red Hot Rhythm. I mixed these two colors together because I wanted to have an orangey, copperish, reddish color. So I had to mix these two colors together. I use this every time I color my hair. This is the brand that I use, Dark and Lovely. Another brand that you can use is Cream of Nature. It's in an orange pack. I've used Cream of Nature, but I personally don't like it because it fades so fast, and I didn't like that. The color that I had was a copperish color, and then after a while it just turned into an ugly brown, and I was just like, this has to go. And then another brand that you can use is Shea Moisture. They have a hair coloring system which is primarily made out of organic ingredients. But I've seen reviews on the Shea Moisture hair coloring system, and a lot of people have said that the colors did not come out how it would on the box. But that's for any other color, and that also depends on the color that you have in your hair already. But I've seen a lot of reviews on the Shea Moisture hair color that says that it didn't really come out the way that they wanted it to, and it's $14 a box. That's too much money, because for natural hair you're gonna have to use 2 boxes, and 14 plus 14 is 28, and that's a no-no compared to this being, I think this is $6.99 a pack, and that works just fine. You just have to, like I said, take care of it once it's colored. Another thing that is really popular in natural hair coloring is using henna. Natural and a more safe way to color your hair, but the only flaw to that is that they don't really have a lot of color options. When a lot of people use henna to color their hairs, usually they're coloring it brown or black or like a sandy brown. But I found a website called www.hennaforhair.com, and they have various of colors. But that kind of questions it being an all organic henna hair coloring, because if it has so much colors, they must have to put different other chemicals in there in the henna. So you can check that out. I'll put the link below. And another thing that I found that can color your hair is using honey. when you use honey and you mix it with water, peroxides come out of the honey where you can lighten your hair. So I've never tried that, but that is another way that you can color your hair, by using honey and mixing it with water. So that is a really interesting thing to know. And if anybody decide to color their hair with honey and water, please make a video and notify me or something, because I really want to see that. That's really interesting. It says that it lightens your hair to like a light. I don't know if it lightens your natural hair to a couple of shades lighter. I don't know exactly what it does, but I've researched it and it says that it does lighten your hair, honey and water. So try that out. Another coloring technique is using semi-permanent colors. Those are basically like rinses. It basically just tints your hair. It doesn't really lightens your hair or anything like that. And it fades every time you wash your hair. So that means you're going to have to continuously put it in your hair. And a lot of times when people use semi-permanent colors, they have the urgency to not want to wash their hair because they don't want their color to fade. But then that kind of affects your moisture in your hair, because if you don't wash your hair, then that means that your hair is dirty. That means your hair is dry. So you have to really consider that as well. But other than that, I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to talk about in terms of hair coloring and the do's and don'ts, and making sure that you're taking care of it, making sure that you're moisturizing it. And another thing with coloring your hair, you have to be careful with how much times you do wash your hair, because after a while, if you wash your hair more over and over and over again, the color will fade. That's just the natural way of it. Your color will fade. So make sure you monitor that. A lot of exposure to the sun will fade your hair color, and that will dry it out as well. So you have to really consider these things. So before you color your hair, really think about it. And please get professional assistance with coloring your hair before anything. Take a strand test. That basically is when you cut a little piece of strand of your hair with the color, and you can see how the color is going to come out on your whole entire head. And another thing is to take a sensitivity test, because some people are sensitive to these type of chemicals, so you don't want to get no type of allergic reactions to it. So it's just a lot of things that you really want to consider when coloring your hair. But that's about it. I hope you guys were informed about coloring your hair, and please think about it. And like I said, get professional assistance if you don't know what you're doing. It will be instructions in the box for you to follow, but sometimes people don't really follow instructions thoroughly like you're supposed to, and then it backfire on you. So please consider all of that. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram. My name on Instagram will be after the video is done, because when I say it sounds so stupid when I say it, and when I spell it, it just sounds even more dumb. So just follow me on Instagram, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or concerns or questions, anything that you want me to cover in a video, please do so. Comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching.